It's time for the next technology presentation. The topic for this session is enterprise scale orchestration, why you need it. Our speaker for this session is Mr. Atin Mahajan, Regional Sales Lead, FSI West for ITOM and ADM, MicroFocus. With 17 plus years of experience in global technology sales and consulting, focused on the BFSI segment, Atin's understanding of technological trends and experience adds to his ability to cater to his customers' needs. His contribution as client advisor helps build robust IT architecture and milestone-based digital transformation journey. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please put our hands together and welcome Mr. Atin Mahajan up on stage? I think we can do a better job than that. Come on, everyone. We just had a tea break.
Hey, good evening, everyone. First of all, let me thank you for being here today. Before I jump into the presentation, I just wanted to put in a context. With the onset of digital transformation, every one of you would be facing that the IT services are getting more and more complex, which is making IT to do a lot of coordination among various systems, teams, and environments. This results in delay in service deliveries. Today, I will share some insights on how MicroFocus can help you in reducing such delays so that you can get your service delivery faster. Now, coming to the we'll start with the basic, that is, what is orchestration? The job of orchestration is to run automated tasks almost from anywhere and get them invoked through anywhere, almost from anywhere, and run and integrate almost anything. Just to give you what are the top use cases of orchestration, mostly the customers, what we have seen, start their journey with simpler use cases like password reset, password recovery, start-stop services, and slowly and steadily they move on to the other sophisticated use cases like disaster recovery and DevOps, incident management, so that they can reap the benefits of faster discovery. Now, let's take a use case regarding incident management and see how, in a scenario when there's no orchestration, how the incident which occurs is managed, and then we'll see a scenario where there's orchestration, how it is managed. Now, coming to the first scenario, here we see when an incident occurs, the first thing the help desk will raise a ticket and assign to a L1 support engineer. The L1 support engineer will use whatever his runbooks, etc., to identify the problem and try to fix it. If he's not able to fix it, it will be manually handoff done to L2 support, and L2 support will have their SOPs to follow to fix the issue. And if they are also not able to fix it, it goes to the domain-specific expert. And all this process, if you see, there's a lot of manual handoffs which are happening, and there's a lot of people dependency, which results in resolution of the issue sometimes in hours, sometimes in weeks, and it can be in days also, days and weeks. Now, if we go to the scenario where there's orchestration, here, when that incident is triggered, a workflow is initiated, which will do the entire thing automatically. That is, starting from raising the ticket, as well as identifying the problem, and doing the necessary steps to resolve the problem. This entire exercise can come down to seconds and not even hours. So that's the power of orchestration. Just to give, now I'll introduce MicroFocus Orchestrator tool, which is Orchestration Orchestrator. Operations Orchestration is an enterprise level orchestrator that automates processes and help you achieve higher time to value as well as higher ROI. here I'll just give you a brief overview what all is there in this operations orchestration. So as I mentioned earlier, the orchestrator should be able to be invoked from anywhere, and it should be able to integrate almost anything. So if you see down below, the entire infrastructure and application management layer, so the MicroFocus orchestrator can integrate with anything, starting from your physical up to on-premise or cloud, as well as it can invoke from anywhere. We have a designer which gives you wherein the flows will be designed. We have a central, which is the runtime engine. It also has dashboarding and reporting, as well as ROI metrics, where you can easily see the number of hours saved, as well as number of dollars saved. There's a self-service portal from which the end users can log in and run the respective flows. They need not get into the designer or the central. And there's a rich content library where there are thousands of ready-to-use workflows as well as integrations. And beyond that, we have SDKs where you can create your own flows, as well as you can create custom integrations. Now, how does O stand out? As I mentioned, it has a rich out-of-the-box content, wherein there are already thousands of workflows as well as integrations available with almost all the respective tools and the applications. The designer is drag and drop. You don't need to do any coding in it to design your workflows. The orchestration engine gives you the admin console, wherein the admin can easily see what all flows are running, and they can schedule it. And this is also available on mobile as an app, which gives you the option of going ahead with any workflow remotely. You need not be there on the system. And as I mentioned in the first slide, that the orchestrator should be able to integrate anything and get invoked from anywhere. So we have an open and extensible platform which allows you to integrate almost anything because we have a rich set of APIs, and you can actually invoke it from anything, from anywhere. That is your monitoring, your service management, and even CLI. For some of the automation, you require the screen automation capability, so we have the robos built in the solution, and it is highly secure and available in high availability architecture. Now let's take an example. This will be the most kind of a common problem with all the organizations, that the application outage happens and you come to know that the certificate has expired, because of which that application outage happened. And with the number of applications you guys have now in your respective organizations, this is a very difficult task to maintain and ensure that all the web server certificates are up to date. Now, what we have done here, we have created a workflow which will trigger at the start of every month, and that will do a discovery of all the web server certificates and take out the certificates which are getting due in that respective month. Once that is done, that workflow will trigger a UI-based bot to go to the certificate tool, generate the certificate, and export the certificate to the directory where you want. Then this workflow will trigger a task, a CLI-based task, wherein that task will go to the respective web servers and replace the old certificate with the new certificate. And after this entire exercise, the discovery will happen again to ensure that your inventory management or the asset management has the correct update of the certificates which are running in the respective web servers. And this activity can be done month on month, which will ensure you that there will be never a day where your certificate has expired and you're not aware of. Okay, these are briefly the highlights of what our customers have achieved while adopting MicroFocus Orchestrator. As you can see, people have achieved ROI of almost 120K human hours, and they have been able to reduce the manual intervention, which has helped them in reducing the errors in the service delivery and ensuring that your service delivery gets much faster. Now we'll take an example of a leading public sector bank in India who adopted MicroFocus Orchestrator. They did roughly around 50 plus workflows, which helped them achieve a ROI of 40,000 human hours in a year. And this number is growing on a regular basis because they are now adding the workflows and even looking at more sophisticated use cases. We'll take another story of a bank in Turkey where they were able to save almost 15,000 man hours in a week within 8 months of adopting MicroFocus Orchestrator. And this number is also improving on a regular basis. This is just a comprehensive list capturing what all few of the customers have taken as a use cases and achieved their ROI goals, resulting in faster service delivery. Now I come to the end of my presentation, and to summarize, it is like for every operation, for every integration, for every task, with MicroFocus Orchestrator, you will be able to do time to market faster, as well as your service delivery will be much faster, and you will get a higher ROI. Thank you so much for your time, and now I'll be happy to take any questions if you may have. Yeah.
Can we have the mic?
Yeah, please. Yeah, this is just one example. You can do it for anything. Yeah, you can do it for any. That's why I said the beauty is you can integrate any system you have and you can invoke from anywhere. So
and it can be integrated, or it is a kind of initial
no,
event that it
integrate
has
when
to
I,
be.
so no integration required. It's a workflow, right? But sometimes, like if I have to trigger from another system, so we'll have to make a connection. Like if you want that they should go to the certificate tool, so at least we'll have to initiate that part. So, but all the REST APIs are there, so you don't have to do any coding here.
Okay, okay.
It's plug and play.
Oh, understood. Thanks.
Welcome.
Do we have any more questions?
Yeah.
Or see, actually in the case of a website, right? So whether we have ISPs in place, so whether such renewal also will take care by this?
So we have a RAS remote access server component in the orchestration, which helps you connect to the third party also securely. So you can trigger that if your third party allows you. The tool has no limitation. If your service provider allows you, you can go, and it can be done securely because we have that remote access server. So you can do it.
All right, is there any more questions? I guess not, sir. So we'll have to end this session. Thank you so much, sir. And may I request Mr. Pankaj Gupta, Chief Digital and Marketing Officer, Karnataka Bank, to please come up on stage and present a memento to Mr. Atin Mahajan, Regional Sales Lead, FSI West for ITOM and ADM MicroFocus. Can we please put our hands together, everybody?